Hi, this is Joe from PrepAgent, and I want to do some questions of the week. I like to review certain questions that we get that I think are worthy of sharing with everybody. So it's Monday, and let's go. So my first question is from Angela in Florida, and she asked, what is a judgment lien? So a judgment lien is kind of a scary thing. It's a general involuntary lien, which means they could come after everything, whether you like it or not. Okay, and is passed by the court. The court is the one who decides about a judgment lien, and if you lose that court case, bad news. The next question from Sam in Ohio. Why do we have to know about franchises for the real estate exam? Well, when you think about franchises, a lot of you guys think of food. Think of like Starbucks and Subway and things of that nature. But real estate is very much a franchise-oriented business. Companies like Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21 are typically franchised out, meaning that when you work for Keller Williams in, let's say, Burbank, California, you will have a different experience than somebody who worked maybe in Miami, Florida. Now, they may function under the same marketing plan, same color, same everything else, but there's different owners of that branch. And therefore, it could be run in a slightly different way with a slightly different feeling in the office because somebody bought into that franchise, I should say, which means they purchased the right to use the company colors, use the marketing plan, use the Keller Williams name, or Century 21, or wherever it may be. So that's why you got to know about franchise for the real estate exams. It's very much a franchise business. But the bigger point I want to share with everybody is don't question why they're asking you certain things for the real estate exam. We hear a lot from people saying, why do they ask me this? It's not really relevant what we're actually going to do. It seems so unimportant. I don't understand. Nobody cares. Okay? What I care about is that you pass your real estate exam so you can get your real estate license. Don't focus on things that are not going to help you with your goals. Your goal is to pass real estate exam, get your real estate license, and start practicing real estate. You're not going to fight the State Department or the exam providers about changing the exam. That's not helping anybody. Okay? So, let's move on to the next question. I'm an alien. I'm an English alien. Any Sting fans here? What is the difference between a client, a customer, and a principal? Get my glasses here. That is a good question, and that is from Jennifer in Texas, and it's a great question. So first, I want to say a client and the principal are the same thing, okay? And the big deal is with a client or principal, client and or principal are the same thing, you have a fiduciary relationship, okay? Meaning you are loyal to that party. A customer you have to treat with honesty and fairness, but there's not that factor of loyalty. So use a real life example. When you get a listing, your client is the seller and the customer would be the buyer. You may have loyalty to that seller because they hired you to find a buyer via that listing contract, but you still have to treat the buyer with honesty and fairness as they are your customer. Hopefully that helps. Let's see. Susan from New York says, what is blockbusting? Blockbusting is a violation of fair housing. It's a discriminatory practice of trying to get people to sell their home by saying things like, those people are moving to town. You don't want to live by those people, do you? Okay, that is bad news. It is a form of discrimination. It's a fair housing violation. Okay, and it's used to get sellers. The same thing as blockbusting, panic selling, panic selling, all in the same boat. Steering would be that same thing, but working with buyers. And redlining would be discrimination, but it has to do with people doing loans, has to do with financing. Okay, let's do one more. What is downzoning? Downzoning, very simply said, is when you go from commercial to residential. Okay, so when you go from commercial to residential. Now remember, zoning is a police power. Police powers are things like building codes and zoning. They don't take the property away from you, but they basically just tell you how to use it. As opposed to eminent domain, where they take the property away from you. And they do that through the process of condemnation. Okay? And that means just compensation to be paid. What we're talking about is the government powers of police power, eminent domain, taxation, and its cheat. So eminent domain, they take the property away from you. Police power, they just tell you how to use it through things like zoning and building codes. Taxation, you all know what that is. You got to pay taxes. And its cheat is when the property goes to the government because there's nobody to claim it. Well, this is Joe from PrepAgent. These are the questions of the week. I hope that helped. We're going to look for more great questions, and if you want us to answer them publicly, just like in this format, just let us know. I'll do them every week, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.